Hello friends and welcome to
Sciencigo.
Today's topic is kinetic energy. Energy is a power to do something. There are various types of energy. One example is energy possessed by moving particles. Energy can also be possessed by its position. Like if a person is on top of the Eiffel Tower, then that person will be having potential energy because of its position. Let's discuss about kinetic energy. Kinetic energy of a body is the energy possessed by it due to its motion or movement. Its SI unit is joule. If the moving particles have more mass, they will have more kinetic energy. If the particles have more velocity, they will have more kinetic energy. That means that the kinetic energy of a body depends on its mass and velocity.
Kinetic energy is equal to half mv square,
where m is the mass in kgs and v is the velocity in meter per second.
Let's go on to the examples. Calculate the kinetic energy in the following cases. A motorcycle weighing 200 kilograms and moving with a velocity of 30 meters per second.
Let's solve this. Here the mass is equal to 200 kilograms and the velocity is equal to 30 meters per second. And we also know that kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. Let's work it out by the formula. Substituting the values, we will have half times 200 times 30 squared. Instead of writing this kilograms and meter per second, we could simply put a joule, which is the SI unit. Now we will further simplify it by cutting it by 2 times table. So this will give us 100 and 30 squared, which is 900. Which is equal to 90,000 joule. We could further simplify this into kilojoules, and 1 kilojoule is equal to 1000 joules. We could simply divide 90,000 joules by 1000. This gives us an answer of 90 kilojoules. Now let's go on to question number 2.
B. A car weighing 500 kilograms moving with a velocity of 20 meters per second.
Here the mass is equal to 500 kgs and the velocity is equal to 20 meters per second. We know that kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. Substituting the values, we will get half times 500 times 20 squared. Let's simplify this. This gives us a total of 250 times 20 squared, which is equal to 250 times 400, which will give us a total of 100,000 joules. Now we could get the answers in kilojoules by dividing this whole by 1000, which will give us a total of 100 kilojoules, which is our answer.
Yay! We are done with another question.
Let's move on to question number C.
An object weighing 450 kilograms moving with a velocity of 15 meters per second.
Here, the mass is equal to 450 kilograms and the velocity is equal to 15 meters per second. We know that kinetic energy is equal to half mv squared. Substituting the values, we have half times 450 times 15 squared joules. Cutting it by 2 times table, which will give us 225, and 15 squared is also 225 joules, which will equal to 50,625 joules. Dividing the answer by 1000, we will get 50.625 kilojoules. Let's move on to question number 2.
An object object moving with a speed of 35 meters per second has a kinetic energy of 9,800 joule. What is the mass of the object?
Now here, instead of giving us the speed, that means the velocity, and the mass of the object, we are given the speed and the kinetic energy of the object. Let's see how we could solve that. Here the kinetic energy is equal to 9,800 joules, and the speed, which is the velocity, I will write v, is equal to 35 meters per second. We have to find the mass, which is m. We also know that kinetic energy is equal to half mv squared, which is half times m, which is not yet known to us, times velocity, which is 35 squared. And the kinetic energy is 9,800 joules, so we will write 9,800 joules. That means 9,800 joules is equal to half times m, and instead of 35 squared I will write 35 times 35 for much more simplification. Now we will take this whole lot to come over here. That would be 9,800 divided by, instead of multiplication, we will do the opposite, which is division. 35 times 35, which is equal to half times m. Now we will have to take this 2 over here to come over here. So that would be 9,800 times 2 divided by 35 times 35, which will give us the value of m. Now we will have to solve this part to get the value of m. After simplifying this, we will get 16, which is equal to m. Now because mass is measured in kgs, we will write that mass is equal to 16 kgs. And there we go with our answer.